So, you've probably heard the term Game Developers Conference, or GDC, thrown around. But what actually is it? What really goes on there? Today, we're going to break down this huge part of the gaming world and really see what makes it tick. Believe it or not, our entire source for this explainer is right here on the screen. Just 3 simple words. But inside these 3 words, there's a whole massive world of creativity, tech, and community. So let's pull them apart one by one to get the full picture. Okay, let's start with the first and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, the heart of it all, the game. A game is the thing we play, right? It's the final product, the work of art. It's this amazing collection of code, art, sound, and design that becomes the reason for everything. It's what everyone is there to talk about, to celebrate, and to figure out how to make even better. But these incredible worlds don't just appear out of thin air. They're built piece by super passionate and talented people. And that leads us perfectly to the second word in our phrase. Right, let's talk about the developers, the actual architects of all this fun. And developer is such a broad term. We're talking about everyone. The programmers who write the code, the artists who create breathtaking worlds, the writers who craft amazing stories, the sound engineers who make it all feel real. They are the engine that makes the entire industry go. And the scale is just incredible. A developer could be just one person, coding away in their bedroom on their dream project. Or it could be a small, scrappy indie team with a wild idea. Or it could be a giant studio with hundreds of people all working together on one massive blockbuster game. They're all developers. Okay, so we've got the art, the games, and we've got the artists, the developers. What's the next logical step? Well, they need a place, right? A place where they can all meet up, share what they've learned, and just connect with each other to push the whole craft forward. And that brings us to the final piece of our puzzle, the venue for this whole creative exchange, the conference. Now, I know the word conference can sound a little formal, a little stuffy, but in game development, it's where the magic happens. It's people sharing everything from super technical talks about programming, to deep dives on art direction, to panels about writing better stories, or even how to run a studio. At its core, a conference does 3 simple but powerful things. First, you gather the people, all the creators from across the industry. Second, you give them a stage to share their ideas. Could be a brand new technology, or even a lesson they learned from a big failure. And third, all of that sharing fosters connection. It sparks new ideas, new friendships, and new collaborations that literally drive the industry forward. Okay, so we've looked at each word on its own. Now for the fun part. Let's put them all back together and see the powerful idea they create when they're combined. So, you take the product, the game, you bring in the passionate creators, the developers, and you put them all together in a dedicated space to talk and share, the conference. When you mix these 3 things, you get something really special. And there it is. A game developers conference is basically the essential hub for the entire industry. It's where people share their secrets, show off amazing new tech, and just get together to discuss the art and the science behind the games we all love to play. And here's the most important takeaway. These conferences aren't just networking events. No way! They are literally incubators for the future. The talks, the demos, the conversations that happen in those hallways, they directly shape the games that we'll all be playing in the years to come. So that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. We're heading into an era of virtual reality, the metaverse, and teams that are spread all across the globe. So what's the next version of this vital gathering going to look like? The future of how we play might just depend on it.